Introducing your 2011 AAA Blues. Defenseman, number 2, Patrick Komodowski. Defenseman, number 7, Hutch Rubis. Forward, number 9, Tyson Boyer. Defenseman, number 10, John Peterson. Defenseman, number 11, Malachi Smith. Defenseman, number 12, Linus Brooks. Forward, number 13, Brandon Bauer. Forward, number 16, Braden Harris. Forward, number 17, Jackson Giorgio. Defenseman, number 19, Emerson Minimin. Forward, number 21, Mason Blanchard. Forward, number 27, Grant Fugner. Forward, number 29, Ian Bowers. Goalie, number 30, Max Stutzer. Goalie, number 31, Luke Scanapieko. Forward, number 66, Braden Schneider. Forward, number 85, Gordon Crowley. Forward, number 88, Luke Wessel. Forward, number 91, Jonathan Zilm. Forward, number 93, Ben Spatansky.
Okay, let's go.
Good morning, Blues fans. We are live outside of Minneapolis, Minnesota this morning for today's matchup in the Minnesota Blades Showcase. Your St. Louis Blues will be taking on Team Illinois. Both teams have finished warm-ups. They're picking up pucks and nets. Blues go to the bench to get final instructions, and we will be back for the puck drop here shortly. And we are ready to get this game underway. Blues send out Fugner, Zilm, Bauer up front with Malachi Smith and Patty Komodowski, the defensive pair. Blues win that faceoff. Zilm shoots it in deep behind the TI net. Their goalie plays it out to the sideboards. That puck is held there by Smith. He puts it down low for Fugner. He's got 2 men on him. Brandon Bauer steps in, knocks it back into the corner. TI comes away with it. Good hit by Zilm, knocks him off the puck. Fugner comes away with it, and he takes a hit. Zilm takes the puck and gets stripped off his stick by TI, and here they come back out of their own zone through the neutral zone. TI crosses them with speed. They get to the outside. Long shot. Turns into a pass. Goes just wide. And TI player bumped the net on the way through, so we'll have a stoppage in play. Blues send out a fresh unit. Miniman Peterson, the defensive pair. Giorgio will be centering Braden Harris and Mason Blanchard. Defensive zone faceoff comes up to the left of Stutzer, who got the start today. Faceoff won by the Blues. Peterson pushes it behind the net for Miniman. Miniman circles behind the net, sends it up to Blanchard. Blanchard gives it to Giorgio, gets knocked off his stick, and Blues got to get back now as TI brings it back in. They try to go far side, nobody home. Peterson races to the corner and beats his man to it. He reverses, tries to pass it up the boards, hits a stick, and goes out of play into the stands. We're going to do it again from the defensive zone. This time it will be to the right of Stutzer. Face-off, won by T.I. They take it into the Blues corner. Gets knocked off the stick by Miniman. Giorgio grabs it and sends it behind the net to Peterson. Peterson to Harris. Harris hits Blanchard on a quick one-touch pass to the neutral zone. Blanchard takes it in. It goes behind the net off of his stick. Harris picks it up. He reverses in the corner. Gets knocked down, but still maintains control. Quick pass. Nobody home in front, and here comes T.I. back out of the zone. They try to go far side, stick down by Blanchard. Loose puck goes to Giorgio. Giorgio's pass is intercepted. He sends it far side to Miniman. Miniman up the boards to Blanchard. Blanchard tips it forward as the Blues go for a line change. T.I. moves it forward. Miniman disrupts that. Puck goes loose into the Blues zone. Peterson comes away with it. They put it forward. T.I. holds it in the neutral zone. Blues get it, push it back in. Ian Bowers on the heavy forecheck, pushes a man behind the net, comes away, breaks it up. Crowley gets the puck, pushes it forward. It gets knocked off his stick, goes behind the net. T.I. turns around. Crowley and Schneider battle for it. T.I. comes away with it. Crowley intercepts their pass, sends it back to the defenseman Brooks, who gives it to his partner Rubis. Rubis makes a move, goes far side for Crowley. Crowley drops it for Brooks. Brooks is going to go ahead and take it in. He gets across the line, long shot deflected on net. Easy glove save for the T.I. goaltender. 14:46 left here in the first period. We are playing 17-minute periods. This offensive zone face-off with no line change. Schneider, Crowley, Bauer up front. It's going to come to the right of the T.I. goalie. Rubis and Brooks, the defensive pair. Face-off, one back to Brooks. He skates the line, takes a long shot on net. Shoulder saved by the goaltender, and he's going to hang on to it. And we will have another offensive zone face-off to the right of T.I.'s goaltender. Face-off, won by Schneider to the corner. He holds the puck there. He skates behind. Long shot on net. Nobody home for the rebound. The puck comes out. They pass it up to the sideboards. And good back check by the Blues. Breaks up anything. Rubis steps up, hits his man. Bowers steps into the corner, grabs the puck. He tries to go off the boards. Nobody was home. Long shot from the point. That's a paddle save to the corner by Stutzer. T.I. comes away with it. They got room in front. Another shot on. Midsection save by Stutzer. Nobody going to the puck here for the Blues. A little slow. Puck comes right out in front. Bowers has it. He goes to Schneider. Schneider carries it through the neutral zone. Has it bounce on his stick. T.I. comes away with it. And here they come back into the Blues zone. Long shot. Saved by Stutzer again. Rebound dropped in front for Smith. Puck goes to the sideboards. Sent back to Rubis again. Rubis to Malachi Smith. Smith hits Boyer on a seam. And Boyer's going to put it in hard on net. T.I.'s goaltender plays it to his defenseman and skates it behind his own net. They reverse. Good forecheck by Boyer. Breaks up that place. Spatansky grabs a loose puck. Gives it to Wessel. Wessel back to Boyer. Boyer's pass out of the reach of the point man Komodowski. And it's going to go all the way down. Stutzer plays the puck out for Como. Como skates it, turns it. He hits a seam pass to Boyer. Boyer gets it right back from Spatansky after a quick pass. And Blues able to bring it back into T.I.'s zone. Wessel reverses off the backhand pass to Spatansky. Spatansky gave it out to Komodowski at the point. All the way over to Boyer. Spatansky picks that off after T.I. got a stick on it. And pass off the skate of Komodowski from Smith goes all the way back out. Blues get it back behind their own net. They reverse and go to Komodowski from Smith's. Komodowski takes a hit in the corner, moves the puck forward to Bauer. That's Brandon Bauer who just got on the ice, gets it up to Wessel. Wessel gives it back to Bauer. Bauer gets stood up. T.I. comes away with the puck. They send it behind and go D to D. Quick pass up the boards, nobody there. Fugner grabs it as he's fresh on the ice, puts it back in deep. Bauer behind the net, holds it up. Zilm tries to grab it, knocks it to Fugner. Fugner skates it. He's got a man on him. T.I. comes away with it, and here comes T.I. with numbers, 2-on-1, and they are offsides. So T.I., good break there. Luckily, the lead man without the puck couldn't hold up. So we'll have a neutral zone face-off across from the Blues bench. Fugner, Zilm, Bauer up front, Miniman, Peterson, the defensive pair. Face-off tied up on the boards. Fugner and Zilm battle for it. T.I. comes away with it. They throw it far side. It wraps around behind the Blues goal. Miniman goes hard off the boards for Bauer. Bauer tips it off the boards to Fugner, and here comes Fugner and Zilm 2-on-1. Fugner in, tip pass to Zilm, gets the shot on. Great save by the TI goaltender as Blues try to clear it to the point, bounced over the stick of Miniman, and now Peterson has to retrieve it from his own zone. He takes it behind the Blues net, gives it to Miniman. Miniman takes it behind the net again, reverses to Peterson. Puck goes past him. Peterson tips it forward, comes out to the point. Fugner blocks a shot from the point. Blues have 3-on-2 coming the other way. And here comes Bauer, drops it for Zilm. Zilm gets around one man, shoot just wide of the net. TI picks it up, they reverse it down, take it behind their own net. Long stretch pass, hits off the stick of Rubis, so no icing as he now has to fight to beat the TI player to the puck. TI gets it, their pass goes past everybody, and that's going to go all the way down into their own zone. Fresh unit on the ice for the Blues. They make a full line change. Giorgio, Harris, and Blanchard up front with Rubis and Brooks. Entry zone pass tipped, goes right back to the TI player. They make a pass behind the net, shot towards the net, blocked off the shin pad of Brooks. Puck comes forward. Giorgio tips it to Harris. Harris tips it around a defenseman. Here come the Blues with room, shot on. Glove saved by the TI goaltender. 10:43 left here in the first period. Tie game 0-0.
We'll get you a Chicago crowd.
Bear with me, everybody. I'm helping somebody get the YouTube channel up. I'll be right back.
We're going national.
Okay, Blues get that puck. They send around the sideboard to Harris. Harris backhand sauce pass hits Blanchard. He takes a hit, goes down. Puck comes into the zone. TI tries to clear it out. Good stick by Harris, holds it in. He gets it to Giorgio. Giorgio tries to get to Blanchard. He takes another hit, and TI comes away with the puck. TI is going to skate it out of the zone. They take it up the sideboards here. They've got 2-on-2 coming in. Good back check. Good step up by Rubis. Breaks it up. Nobody home to grab the puck. Then Rubis has to block another shot. Smith comes away with the puck. He skates it behind the net. He's going to go hard up the boards to Harris. Harris tries to tip it to Giorgio. Intercepted. Quick shot. Stopped by Stutzer. Ian Bowers beats his man to the puck. Malachi Smith tries to kick it forward. No Blues there to grab the loose puck. Komodowski picks it up. He goes far side for Crowley. He shakes off a hit, pushes it forward. He's going to grab it at the red line, throws it in deep. TI's goaltender settles it down for his defenseman, then takes it behind the net, does a drop pass. No pressure by the Blues here in this far corner. Puck comes out to the point. Malachi Smith holds it in. He takes a long shot just wide. Crowley's going to have to race for that on the sideboards. Gets there just as the other man does. Shakes off the hit, able to get the puck. Shot comes out, and Schneider buries it from the high slot. So Blues go up by a goal with 9:08 left here in the first, as Schneider picks one up in the middle of the slot and puts it high glove to beat the TI goaltender. So Blues lead 1-0, 9:08 left here in the first period. Blues make a forward line change. They send out Spatansky, Boyer, Wessel up front. Malachi Smith and Komodowski will continue their defensive shift. Center ice face-off is won by Spatansky back to Komodowski. He circles in his own zone, sends it to his partner Smith. Smith back to Komodowski. He's going to go for a skate. He looks far side. He hits a pass to Wessel. Wessel brings it in. He tries to get it forward to Spatansky. It gets knocked off of his stick, and here comes TI back out of the zone. Pass by TI deflects off the stick of Spatansky. Unfortunately, goes right to the other player. Their pass to the far point, out of the reach of everybody, is going to go all the way back down on TI's net. Goalie settles it, gives it to his defensive partner. Their pass knocks off the stick of their own man, so they have to retrieve it back into their zone. They're finally able to gain the neutral zone, and here they come in 1-on-3, get around two. Long shot, that goes high of the Blues net as Spatansky picks up the loose puck after a hit, gives it to Wessel. Wessel has it roll on his stick as he was trying to bring it into the zone, and he has to retrieve it. Wessel crosses the red line, crosses the blue line, puts it in deep, and then they're going to finish the line change. Full new unit for the Blues here. Bauer fresh on the ice, heavy forecheck as he waits for his wing partner Zilm to get out. Fugner's on the ice. He blocks that shot down. Bauer knocks off the stick, gives it back to Fugner, puts it behind the net. Bauer beats his man to it, reverses behind the net, gets it to the front. Can't get it to the stick of Zilm as T.I. comes away with it, and they're going to bring it back into the blue zone. Miniman pushes him to the outside. Peterson hits him in the corner. Fugner helps as the puck is then pushed to the front. Miniman grabs it and puts it over to Zilm, hits off his skate. It's going to go all the way down into the T.I. zone. Missed interference call against T.I., and they're going to call a slash, I believe, on a Blues player. Nope, they're calling it on the kid here. He broke his stick on the slash. So he goes to the box. Blues go to the power play with 7:27 left here in the first period. Slashing penalty against Team Illinois. Blues send out a full fresh unit. Or a fresh forward unit, excuse me. Miniman, Peterson continue on defense. Giorgio, Blanchard, Harris will be your forward unit. Offensive zone faceoff is going to be to the right of the TI goalie. Giorgio wins that draw. Blanchard gives it to Peterson. Peterson gets it back from Blanchard. Miniman sends it down to Harris. Miniman shot blocked, goes far side. Peterson corrals that on the sideboards, puts it in deep. His pass is picked off. TI clears it all the way down. Miniman picks it up at his own blue line, turns it to Harris. Harris sends far side for Peterson. Peterson's got room. He's going to take it in the zone. He stops, tips it forward for Blanchard. Blanchard has it now. He's looking for somebody. Takes it behind the Blues net. He tips it forward to Harris. Harris gives it to Giorgio. Giorgio one-touch pass to Miniman all the way over to Harris. Harris steps up, long shot, and a glove save by the TI goaltender. Blues make a wholesale change. Schneider, Bowers, Crowley up front for the Blues. Defensive unit is going to be Rubis and Brooks. This offensive zone faceoff comes to the left of TI's goaltender with 1:20 left in the power play. 6:47 left here in the first period. Blues leading by 1. TI wins that faceoff. They take it behind the net. They send it hard. Held at the point by Rubis. He skates the line. He skates the line again. Tries to hit. Crowley gets tipped, but Crowley gets the loose puck. Back to Rubis all the way over to Brooks. Long shot. Deflected. Bowers picks it up behind the net, looking for a man. Schneider's going to go help him out. Puck is stuck there. Schneider kicks it forward behind the net, looking for a man. Tries to hit Crowley in front. Gets deflected, comes all the way out and heads up. Here comes TI on a break as a good back check and goal. Shorthanded goal by Team Illinois. Ties this game up with 6:05 left here in the first period. Blues still have 38 seconds of a power play. Bad luck, bad bounce, and springs a TI player, and he's able to keep it to the outside all the way down. And looked like Stutzer had made the save on the breakaway, but it squirted through the pads and found its way to the back of the net. Blues send out Spatansky, Wessel, Boyer. Komodowski and Smith is the defensive pair. Face-off won by TI. They push it back into their own zone. They're going to go far side. They get it into the Blues zone deep. That's going to go all the way down. Komodowski picks it up in the corner. Stops, reverses. He hits Boyer. Bounces off his stick, goes right to Smith. Smith to Wessel. Wessel over to Komodowski. Crosses the red line. Skates it into the zone. Tries to go far side. Hits off the stick of a TI player. Blues and TI collide behind the net, send it back. Pass is chipped around Brooks, or Komodowski, and Smith has to retrieve it behind the Blues net. He's going to go for a skate. Sends it to his partner, Komodowski. Komodowski tried to hit Spatansky. Tips off of a TI player's stick right back to TI. Smith steps up. He holds the puck at the blue line. He gets slashed, and that's going to be another penalty, or they're going to call a hook on it. So Blues go right back to the power play with 5:13 left after a hooking penalty is going to be assessed to Team Illinois. Blues change the forward unit. They send Fugner, Bauer, and Zilm up front. Komodowski and Smith continue as the defensive pair. Refs are having a conversation with the TI bench. And we're ready to get this game started again. So 5:13 left in the first, 2-minute power play for the Blues. Fugner wins that draw to the corner. TI takes it off a Zilm stick and skates it behind. TI is going to turn, they throw it all the way down, and that will be an icing. So we're going to do it again from the right of the TI goaltender. Fugner wins the draw back to Smith. He reverses around a man. Gives it to Komodowski at the top of the point. Komodowski skates. He gives it over to Fugner. Fugner back to Komodowski. Komodowski to Malachi Smith. Long shot deflects, goes right on net. Bauer can't grab the rebound. TI throws it far side. Fugner's going to grab it. He can't hold it in the zone, has to reverse. And that is going to be offsides. Blues send out the Giorgio, Harris, and Blanchard line up front. Miniman, Peterson come out on defense. Neutral zone face-off across from TI's bench is won by TI. They stay it into their own zone. They're going to throw it high off the glass. It goes right to Miniman. Miniman skates backwards. He hits Giorgio. Giorgio, a little backhand pass to the legs of a TI player, hits Harris. Harris reverses for Giorgio. Giorgio tries to take it towards the front. He gets it knocked off of his stick, claims it behind the net, gives it to Harris. Harris skates it out to the top of the circle, sends it to Miniman. Miniman back to Harris. Harris behind his back to Blanchard. Blanchard hits Giorgio, quick shot, goes just wide. Blanchard, rebound comes right out in front. And Peterson has to bump his man off the puck, gets it to Miniman. Miniman, one-touch pass to Blanchard. Here come the Blues. Oh, pass to Giorgio was intercepted and stopped by TI. Their exit pass was picked off and gloved down by Peterson. He skates it back in. He's going to put it in deep for Giorgio behind the net. Giorgio tries to do a quick pass in front, nobody home. TI able to clear back to the neutral zone. Miniman picks it up. Sauce passes far side to Harris. Harris skates it around the circle in the neutral zone. Gives it to Peterson. Peterson brings it into the zone. Skates it to the side. Tries to make a pass. Hits another skate of a TI player. Gives it back to Blanchard covering the point to Miniman. Miniman hits Harris. Harris tries to hit Giorgio in front off of his skate and heads up. Here comes TI. 2-on-1 back into the blue zone. Another shorthanded opportunity for them. And they hit the crossbar. Good pass on the 2-on-1, nails a crossbar, and Stutzer's going to be kissing that crossbar here in a minute because that just saved this from being a two-goal game, or a one-goal lead for TI, excuse me. Blues make a line change. Rubis and Brooks, the defensive pair. Schneider, Bowers, Crowley up front for the Blues. Face-off won by Schneider. He sends it up to Bowers. Bowers tips it around one man, gets it in deep. He's going to chase it into the corner. He hits his man. Puck goes to the sideboards. Nobody there for the Blues. Schneider holds that at the line, gets it to Bauer. Bauer goes over to Crowley. Loose puck high in the air, gloved down by TI. Goes right to Rubis. Rubis going to skate it into the zone. He does. Long shot. That goes wide. Schneider grabs on the sideboards, puts it back in deep. Crowley's going to pick it up in the far corner as he beats his man. He sends it out to Rubis. Rubis, quick shot, deflects on net. Loose puck. Bowers can't get it towards the net again as the rebound was there. Crowley chases his man behind the net, breaks up that play. Schneider lifts the stick. Puck goes to the point. Long shot, hits the goalie in the head. TI defenseman grabs it, takes it behind the net. He's going to reverse it all the way far side to a wide open player. is they're going to bring it out. Schneider harasses him, turns the puck over to Bowers. That's Brooks. Brooks to Rubis. Rubis far side to Crowley. Crowley's going to get it across the red line, hold it there as the Blues start the change process. Spatansky pushes the man to the outside. Here comes T.I. with numbers, knocked off of his stick by Rubis, and that goes all the way out of the zone. And tipped forward by Boyer as it's him and Wessel on a 2-on-1. Great diving play by the TI defenseman, breaks that pass up, and now they have it on the sideboards. They go up the boards. Komodowski holds at the point as he's fresh on the ice. Boyer, he gets held up in the corner, pushes it in. TI comes away with it. Pass intercepted by Malachi Smith. He takes a hit, gives it to Komodowski. Komodowski circles in the blue zone, kicks it back to his own stick. Pass goes right to the TI players. Big circle, long shot over the shoulder and net. And Kalman gets it again, sends it to Boyer. Boyer far side for Smith. Smith hits Spatansky. Spatansky gets around one man, tries to hit the other, gets the puck to the front, and looks like it goes right into the pad of the TI goalie, and he holds on to it for a whistle. Blues make a line change. They send out Fugner, Bauer, and Zilm up front. Smith and Komodowski continue as the defensive pair. 1:09 left here in this first period. Blues and TI tied 1-1. Offensive zone face-off to the left of the TI goalie, won by Fugner, back to Smith. He skates the line, shot, hits the leg pad, goes behind the net. Zilm grabs it, he reverses again, looking for room, tries to get to the front, hits the skate and comes right back to him. Fugner grabs a loose puck, reverses back behind the net, then sends it out to Smith. Smith's pass gets picked off and heads up. Here comes T.I. back in. Good back check by Fugner, keeps the man to the outside. Their pass goes errant. They pick up the loose one. Pass blocked by Fugner. Stick down by Bauer, and here come the Blues 3-on-2. Fugner gets it from Bauer. He's into the outside, tries to hit Bauer in the front, just out of his reach. T.I. comes back away with it, and here they come 2-on-2 back through the neutral zone. Tip pass far side. They take it all the way to the outside. They try to pass to the front. Nobody home. Deflects behind the net. Malachi Smith comes away with it, drops it for Komodowski. He gives it back behind the net for Smith. He's got to hurry. He's got a man there. Blues are just going to go high off the glass. They had a little miscommunication there. 8 seconds left here in the period. Blues start a change process and then are told no by the bench. Long slap shot wide of the net, and that's going to do it for the first period. Blues, Team Illinois tied at 1. Fugner, Zilm, Bauer up front. Peterson, Miniman, the defensive pair. Fugner wins that draw back to Miniman. He takes shot from the point, blocked. Bauer grabs a rebound. His shot is blocked. And here come TI as they bring it into the blue zone. They take it to the outside. Long shot, pad save. Rebound goes right out to Bauer. Bauer, big hit on a TI player. And he is down. He's feeling that. And we'll be back when this gets situated. TI player is up under his own power. Trainer went out to check on him. So we will do this face-off in the neutral zone, across from the TI bench again. No change in personnel. Fugner lines up to take this draw. Wins it back to Peterson. Bounces on his stick a little bit. Peterson goes D to D to Miniman. Miniman backhand pass up to Zilm. Zilm hits Brandon Bauer, and he's got one to beat. Fugner on the far side. Shot just wide of the net. It's going to come all the way around. Peterson pinches, puts it in deep. It's going to go all the way around. Miniman pinches, holds it with his skate. Finally, they're able to clear it. Blues put it back in deep. Fugner goes in on the forecheck as the rest of the Blues players begin the process of the line change, or at least one. TI reverses behind their own net. They hit a seam pass right through the middle and heads up. They're right down, coming right down central. Good stick by Harris. Breaks that up, and puck is lost. Goes right back to a TI player. They take a shot, blocked by a Blues player. Finally, Blues able to get back to the neutral zone as TI picks up that loose puck. Good stick by Harris, pushes it in deep. They send it up the sideboards. Another good stick by Harris breaks that up. TI takes it right back. Goes to the sideboards. Harris intercepts that pass. Giorgio grabs it, sends it back to Harris. Harris up the boards to the point to Miniman. Miniman skates the line, long shot, deflects, goes wide. Giorgio picks it up, puts it right in front, loose puck. Quickly grabbed by the TI goaltender and held onto for a face-off. 13:06 left here in the second period. Blues lead 2-1. Face-off will be to the left of the TI goaltender. Giorgio, Blanchard, Harris up front. Brooks, Rubis, the defensive pair. Face-off won by TI. They send it up to Giorgio, thankfully, and then Giorgio's pass to Rubis is put towards the net, and then they intercept it, and here they come back out. They tip it around, try to get around Brooks. He holds his man up. Puck goes to Rubis. Rubis tries to send it up the sideboards. TI pushes it back towards the center. Blues intercept it. That's the stick of Rubis grabs it. He sends it to Harris. Harris, long flip pass high in the air, is gloved down by TI. TI goes D to D, then they're going to send it all the way back to the Blues blue line. Brooks goes D to D to Rubis. Rubis crosses the red line. He throws it in deep. No Blues there on the forecheck. I think they had some miscommunication about who was going where. And TI grabs it. Their entry is picked off by Brooks. He goes to his partner Rubis. Back to Brooks. Brooks up the sideboards to Crowley. Crowley tips it into the zone. Schneider gives on the forecheck. Puck is put off the sideboards and then comes out of the zone. Good step up by Ian Bowers, grabs it. He's going to skate it into TI zone. TI grabs it. Schneider intercepts the pass. He takes a shot on net, and that is held on to by the TI goaltender for a whistle. So Blues completed an on-the-fly line change there. Crowley, Bowers join Schneider up front. Rubis and Brooks continue their defensive shift. Offensive zone face-off to the left of the TI goaltender, won by Schneider. Puck gets knocked off Bauer's stick, goes into the corner. They try to send it forward. Bowers kicks it down, sends it out to the point to Rubis. Rubis back to Bowers. Bowers, far side, tries to hit Crowley, gets intercepted, and here comes TI back. Their pass tipped off the stick of Schneider, and shot blocked by Brooks, goes behind the net. Big hit by Rubis. Schneider's back to help him out, and they're going to call a penalty against both players. We're going to have a 5-on-5 situation. as Brooks and number 21 from TI are both going to go to the box for coincidental penalties. Or I'm sorry, that's Rubus. Rubus goes to the box with number 21. So 5-on-5 hockey will continue. 11:33 left here in the second period. Face-off should come out to the neutral zone on coincidental penalties. I don't think that's going to happen, though. So we'll do a defensive zone face-off to the right of Stutzer with a fresh unit of Spatansky, Boyer, and Wessel up front. Komodowski and Malachi Smith, the defensive pair. TI player's stick is broken on the face-off. Blues win the draw. They hit Boyer from Wessel, puts it in deep. Boyer gets around his man, beats him to the puck, circles in the corner, sends it out to the point to Smith. Smith, long shot, deflects off a TI player's stick and goes into the netting, but not the good netting. We want it in the net that has 3 red posts around it, not the one over the glass. So we will have an offensive zone face-off, this time to the left of the TI goaltender. Spatansky, Boyer, Wessel still up front. No change on defense. TI wins that face-off. They take it behind their own net, send it hard off the board. Pinched by Komodowski, holds it there, sends it to the corner for Boyer. Boyer puts it around the corner, far side. Malachi Smith pinches, puts it back behind the net for Wessel. Wessel to Boyer. Boyer fans on his pass, still maintains control, hits Wessel. Wessel goes out to the point to Smith. Smith, long shot, blockered on net, or blocker save sent to the far corner. Their exit pass picked off by Komodowski. Komodowski far side hits Wessel. Wessel touch pass to Spatansky. He can't get it to the net as he had his stick lifted. Sends it out to the point and heads up. Here comes TI in a foot race, and Stutzer steps out, plays the puck forward to Komodowski, as that was going to be a close battle between Smith and that forward. Komodowski reverses behind the net. Boyer has to come back to try to get that puck. TI comes away with it. Malachi Smith puts him down on the ice, comes away with the puck. He shakes off a hit. TI comes away with the puck. Good play by Spatansky, breaks that up, pushes the puck forward to Wessel. Wessel's got Komodowski, pulls up, waiting for more help. Far side for Smith. Smith's shot blocked in front by TI, and then they're going to throw it all the way down for icing. Good thing, because TI had a player 50 feet in front of everybody else on the Blues team. That would have been a tough situation for Stutzer if we were playing NHL icing rules. Blues send out Fugner, Bauer, Zilm up front, Peterson, Miniman, the fresh defensive pair for this unit. Offensive zone face-off to the right of TI's goaltender. Face-off won by Fugner, taken by TI, and now TI brings it out. Good back check by Zilm, breaks that play up. He takes a little punch there after the play, and TI is going to get penalized for it because he clearly punched him right in the face. So 9:43 left here in the second period. Blues go on the power play for a roughing call against Zilm. No change in personnel for the Blues. Fugner, Bauer, and Zilm up front. Peterson, Miniman, the defensive pair. Fugner wins the draw to Zilm. Zilm sends it out to Peterson. Peterson puts it in deep behind the net for Bauer. Bauer reverses. He's looking for a man, sends it out to Peterson. Peterson skates the line, goes over to his partner Miniman. Miniman back to Peterson. Peterson far side hits Fugner. Fugner shoots, good save by the goaltender. And then he pushes the puck to his winger, Zilm. Zilm has it knocked off his stick. Bauer comes away with it. Bauer skates it out to the point, drops it to Peterson. Peterson skates, puts it down the sideboard, back to Bauer. Bauer, far side for Miniman at the far point. D to Peterson. Peterson, long shot, put on net, and a save by the TI goaltender to end that threat. Blues send out a 5-man fresh unit. Giorgio, Harris, Blanchard up front. Rubus, Brooks, the defensive pair. 1:23 left in the Blues power play. 9:05 left here in the second period, and Blues leading by 1. It's 2-1. Giorgio lines up for the draw. wins the draw to Blanchard. Blanchard out to Rubis. He has to settle the puck as it's bouncing. Skates it to the center. He hits Blanchard. Blanchard takes it down below the circle. His pass goes right out to the point. Brooks takes a shot. T.I. tries to clear it. Goes right to Rubis. He hits Harris. Harris gives it to Giorgio to Blanchard. Shot on. Can't get past the T.I. goaltender, and T.I. comes away with the loose puck behind the net. They send it high off the glass. It's going to go all the way down. They're going to say that Rubis touched it. Stutzer settles it behind and then falls. He sends it into the corner for Rubis. Rubis grabs it up, reverses, makes a move around one man, sends it forward to Blanchard. Here comes Blanchard. Blues have numbers coming in, drops it for Rubis. Rubis is shot off the stick of the goaltender and into the netting behind again. Blues change the defensive unit. They send Smith and Komodowski out. Giorgio, Blanchard, Harris will continue up front. Face-off won by T.I. into their own corner. They send it far side. Komodowski on an easy pinch holds it there. He has two T.I.'s player converge on him. They try going far side. Malachi Smith holds that line. His pass all the way across to Komodowski's picked off, and we have a shorthanded breakaway. And a great save by Stutzer as Blues now reclaim that puck. Komodowski's getting mugged in front of the net there. And Blues come the other way, 4-on-2. Drop pass for Giorgio. Long shot on net. Loose puck goes to the corner. Harris has it. He looks, drops it for Blanchard. Blanchard skates it to the top of the dot, down behind the net to Harris. Harris skates it out, goes far side for Komodowski. Komodowski, long shot, blocker save, goes behind the net. Blanchard stands his man up. Harris grabs the loose puck, goes off the stick of Giorgio, right to Komodowski. Komodowski gives it to Giorgio. He shoots it, deflects into the far corner. Harris battles a man there. Man falls, then Harris falls on top of him. That looks like that football player that did the belly flop that everybody's probably seen on social media. Yes, he didn't have anywhere to go except down right there. Malachi Smith picks it up behind his own net. His pass out of the reach of Komodowski. Pass goes far side, and T.I. on a easy pickup off an errant pass gets a good opportunity, but a Blues player deflects that into the netting. Blues complete their line change. Komodowski and Smith retreat to the bench. Peterson, Miniman join the Schneider, Bowers, and Crowley line. Defensive zone face-off to the right of the Stutzer, won by Schneider. Miniman puts it behind the net for Peterson. Peterson's going to push it forward for Crowley. Crowley gets it to the neutral zone, rolls on his stick. Schneider pressures him. They're going to clear it back. Peterson goes off the boards to Crowley. Crowley's pass is picked off and then stripped off the stick of a TI player by Bowers. Bowers takes it deep into the corner, reverses. He has Crowley help him up, picks up the puck. Crowley goes far side to Miniman. Miniman shoots. Glove save by the TI goaltender. And we will have another offensive zone face-off, this time to the left of the TI goaltender. Schneider lines up for this draw, wins it, sends it out to the point. Miniman puts it deep into the corner. TI picks that off. They're going to skate it behind their own net. Bowers loses an edge behind the net. Schneider keeps man to the outside. Pass picked off by Miniman. Miniman tries to tip it forward for Crowley. That one's picked off as well. And Blues now bring it back. And Peterson's pass is... kick pass is offsides, and then he takes a late hit, and he's probably going to get a roughing penalty here. And he does. So Blues go on the penalty kill with 6:16 left here in the second period as Peterson takes a roughing penalty. Blues send out Spatansky and Wessel up front to penalty kill. Rubis and Brooks, the defensive pair. Defensive zone faceoff comes to the right of Stutzer, as the Blues now will have a 2-minute penalty to kill. Faceoff won by Wessel, gives it to Brooks. Brooks sends it high off the glass. That squirts over the stick of the defenseman of TI, and Wessel is literally getting lassoed. I'm sorry, that's Spatansky was getting lassoed. And Blues send it back through the neutral zone, misses everybody, and is going to go all the way down for icing. And we are going to do it again from the left of Stutzer. Wessel lines up for this draw. TI wins it back to their point. They chip pass to the sideboards out of his reach. Wessel picks up the loose puck. He's going to skate it through the neutral zone, hits Spatansky. Spatansky has it knocked off of his stick and heads up. Here comes TI back the other way. Good back check by Wessel. Make sure there's no odd man rush there. Puck is knocked down. Wessel gets it out. He tips it forward. And TI is going to come away with the loose puck as the Blues forwards peel back a little bit as they're on the penalty kill. TI brings it back across the Blues zone. He circles, takes it deep into the corner. They go far side, tipped out of the way. They come back away with it. They try to hit a man. They take it to top of the circle. Knocked off his stick by Rubis. Rubis then gets knocked down. Puck goes far side, heads up. They got a lane, shot. Blocker saved by Stutzer, and then Boyer grabs it. He's just going to chip it all the way down. Not going to go far enough for icing. I'm sorry, that was Wessel. Blanchard joins Zilm on the penalty kill as the Blues complete a forward line change. They're going to go far side. They get it into the Blues zone. Good stick by Rubis, breaks that up. He's going to grab it. He sends it all the way down, and that is on net, so no icing as TI's going to have to come all the way down and retrieve it. Blanchard stays on the forecheck, keeps him honest, pushes him behind his net. They reverse it. Blues back up a little bit now as TI's trying to get 4 players forward. Their pass is errant, goes around everybody. Rubis picks it up in the Blues zone, skates it down below the line, circles. He does a long pass, and he's going to put it all the way down, and that is going to be an icing just as the penalty expired. .4:12 left here in the second period. Blues lead by a goal. It's 2-1. Send out a fresh unit after that penalty kill. Schneider, Crowley, Bowers up front. Komodowski and Smith will be your defensive pair. Schneider wins the draw to Smith. Smith sends it behind the net for Komodowski. He's got a man all over him. 2 men. Schneider gets in, hits his man off the puck. Komodowski comes away with it, sends it to Bowers, tips it out. That's going to go all the way down. They're going to say no icing as Crowley in on the heavy forecheck. TI's pass hits their own player in the chest. They're able to finally control it. They do a little tip pass out. They chip it around Komodowski. That's going to go deep into the corner. Smith is there. Komodowski picks off the pass to the front, skates it behind his own net. He goes behind the net for Crowley. Crowley tips it forward to Schneider, and it bounced off of his stick and heads up. Oh, boy, Blues got lucky there. Smith finally able to clear the Blues zone as puck bounced on a Blues player. Schneider comes away with it, gets it to Smith. Smith crosses the line, throws it in deep. Crowley in heavy on the forecheck. Beats his man to the puck. TI comes away with it as he had help. Schneider intercepts the pass. TI comes away with it. Here they come back. Blues got to get back now. Long shot on net. Stick save. Goes to the corner. Komodowski there. Schneider levels his man, sends the puck to Crowley, bounces over his stick, goes back all the way behind the Blues net. Smith grabs it. Smith goes far up, and he's had enough of this shift and just throws it all the way down for an icing so the Blues can complete their change. 2:52 left here in the second period. Blues make a full line change before this defensive zone faceoff coming up to the right of Stutzer. They send out Fugner, Zilm, Bauer up front, Peterson, Miniman, the defensive pair. Fugner wins the draw back to Miniman. He reverses in the corner, sends it up the boards. That pass is intercepted, goes all the way to the point, heads up. They got numbers. Another great blocker save goes right to Zilm. Zilm sends it to Fugner. Fugner chips it around his man. He gets interfered with and hooked. No call there. Bauer comes away with the loose puck. He shakes off a hit. TI comes away with it. They take it to the corner. They get it out to the sideboards. And here they come out of the zone. They clear it in. Fugner hits his man. Peterson's going to pick up the loose puck, reverses for Fugner. Fugner picks it up. He gets hooked again, no call. Pass goes to Miniman. Miniman to Bauer. Bauer goes far side for Zilm. Here come the Blues 3-on-2. Pass goes across right in front. Can't get a stick on it as Bauer is finally TI is able to clear that one. Miniman picks up the loose puck in the neutral zone. They go off the boards to Bauer. Bauer chips it in, and the Blues are going to finish their line change as all three forwards and both defense change there. Giorgio, Blanchard, Harris out up front for the Blues. Brooks and Rubis the defensive pair, and TI is going to bring that one in offsides. Brooks gets that face-off win from Giorgio. He's going to go for a skate, crosses the blue line, throws it in deep. It goes on net. Goalie pads it to his defensive partner, and exit pass held in by Rubis. Then he tips it forward farther. Blanchard goes heavy on the forecheck, hits his man. TI comes away with it. They do a long stretch pass, and they've got 2-on-2 coming through the neutral zone. Get it to the middle. Giorgio takes it off of his stick. And here comes Giorgio as the ref falls. Giorgio puts it in deep, picks up his own loose puck. He's got two TI players there. TI comes away with it, take it behind the net. They do a hard pass off the boards. That's going to go all the way down for what should be icing. And they're going to call it off even though it crossed the line. And that's why you don't do that, because people take stupid hits. Harris sends that one up to Zilm. Zilm right back to Harris. He gets it knocked off of his stick. TI takes it back through the neutral zone, now back into their own zone. A little soft pass by their defenseman, picked off by Blanchard. Blanchard crosses in, chips it in deep, and the Blues start the process of another forward line change. They send it hard off the boards. It's going to go all the way down, which should be icing, and it is this time. 27.1 seconds left here in the second period. Blues will get an offensive zone face-off to the right of the TI goaltender. They send out the Spatansky-Wessel-Boyer unit up front. Smith and Komodoski will be your defensive pair. Face-off won by TI. They're going to skate it behind their own net. They reverse it behind their own net. Wessel there on the forecheck breaks that up. Spatansky now races for it. He gets knocked down. Boyer breaks that up, puts it deep into the corner. Wessel behind the net grabs it, tries to put it forward. Misses. Spatansky goes to TI. TI on a really high pass. It's picked off by the Blues. TI then grabs it again, throws it deep into the Blue zone. 8 seconds left here in the second period. Komodoski sends it forward. That puck comes out to the neutral zone. 2 seconds left, and that's going to do it for the second period. Blues lead 2-1, and we'll be back for the third here shortly. And it looks like they are going to Zamboni, maybe? The Zamboni doors are opening, and they are. So we will be back for the third period in about 10 to 15 minutes. See you then. And we are ready to get the third period started. Blues send out Spatansky, Wessel, Boyer up front, Komodowski, Smith, the defensive pair. 17 minutes on the clock for this final frame. And face off, won by the Blues. Boyer pushed it forward, gets held up a little bit. TI picks up the loose puck. They're going to bring it into the Blues zone. Make a move right as they cross in, get around a Blues player. Their pass is deflected, comes out to the neutral zone. TI reverses, puts it right back towards the Blues zone. Smith intercepts, gives it to Spatansky. Spatansky over to Komodowski. He skates it into the neutral zone, gets it knocked off of his stick, and now Blues have to retreat as puck goes all the way to the corner. TI comes away with it. They circle out. They go far side. Shot deflects on net. Komodowski gets it from Stutzer. Gives it to Smith. Smith hits Boyer. He chips it forward for Wessel. Wessel kicks it past the TI player, and then TI grabs it back. Bauer steps up, holds that puck there. Peterson puts it forward, back to Bauer. Bauer gets around one man. Down the middle, shot, deflects off the skate. Miniman picks up the loose puck, takes it behind the net. He skates into the corner, and the net has been dislodged. And so we will have a face-off here with 15:59 left here in the third period. Blues complete the line change. Miniman, Peterson, the defensive pair. Up front, we've got Fugner, Bauer, and Zilm. Offensive zone face-off comes to the right of the TI goaltender. He's putting some water down on his post to make sure he's good. TI comes away with that. Fugner grabs it. Quick shot just wide of the net. That was a save. Goes to the far corner. Bauer on the forecheck. Pushed him to the far side. Good step up by Peterson. Holds it there. Bauer puts it hard behind the net. Fugner gives chase far side. Fugner tips it back in deep. TI comes away with it. They go off the boards. They're going to circle. They go far side on their own blue line. They're going to just throw it in deep. That goes far corner. Fugner battles a man on the sideboards. TI comes away with it. They're past the center. Oh, no. Bowers tried to intercept a pass. It kicks right back towards the Blues slot. TI picks it up and rifles it under the pad of Stutzer to tie this game at 2 with 15:22 left here in the third period. You can tell Bauer's upset about that one, but it can happen to anybody. Keep playing the game. Blues send out Giorgio, Blanchard, Harris up front, Rubis, Brooks, the defensive pair. Face off, won by TI back to their own blue line. Their pass is picked off by Harris. He gets it knocked off of his stick, then he gets it knocked out of his hand. Puck comes all the way back to the Blues zone. Rubis sends it to Brooks. Brooks to Giorgio, another turnover. Long shot, glove saved by Stutzer. And we will have a defensive zone face-off. This time it will be to the right of Stutzer. Giorgio, Harris, Blanchard up front. Brooks, Rubis, the defensive pair. Face-off won by the Blues. They send it over to Harris. He has to stop to retrieve the loose puck. Sends it all the way over for Giorgio. Giorgio crosses in. He's got Brooks breaking to the net. His move is picked off by a TI player. They're going to send it all the way back to the Blues point. Rubis has it. Long shot. Stick saved by the TI goaltender. They're going to throw it up the boards. It comes out to the neutral zone. Brooks grabs it. Goes to his partner Rubis. Rubis crosses the red line. He's going to skate it in. Puts it in deep. Blues go in on the forecheck. Harris one side, Blanchard the other. They send the puck harder on the boards right out to Rubis. Rubis reverses. Long shot on net, held onto by the Team Illinois goaltender, and we will have another offensive zone faceoff, this time to the left of TI's goalie. Blues send out a full fresh five-man unit. Schneider, Bowers, Crowley up front. Smith, Komodowski, the defensive pairing. Schneider lines up for that draw. Blues win it. Goes out to Bowers. Bowers up the boards to Schneider. It gets picked off. TI gets it to the neutral zone. They're going to send it hard on net. Goes wide just over the blocker. Komodowski on the sideboards grabs it. Crowley picks up the loose puck. Gets knocked off of his stick. Heads up. Here come TI with numbers. They send it behind the Blues net. Shot from the side misses everybody. Schneider quick pass. Goes right through the skates of Crowley as the Blues finally clear the zone, get it in deep. TI reverses behind their own net. Schneider goes to the far side to pressure. Good stick by Bowers, breaks that up, heads up. TI comes away with it. They bring it back into the Blues zone, offsides. 14:01 left here in the third period. Tie game 2-2. We'll have a neutral zone face-off. No change in personnel for the Blues. Face-off, won by TI, goes back to their own blue line. They sauce pass to his partner on the far side. They go far side as they intercept that long shot, saved by Stutzer. Then a shot hits the post from the point. Blues corral the puck. Schneider gives it to Crowley. Crowley tips it forward off the stick of a TI player, so no icing. Bauer in on the forecheck. TI comes away with it. They go around the boards. Pinched by Komodoski, misses and heads up. They had a 3-on-1, but a good play by Malachi Smith broke that up. TI brings it back into their own zone. Last couple minutes has been all pressure by TI. Blues need to get back in this here. Malachi Smith tries to pass far side, hits a TI player right in the chest, stung him. Exit pass picked off by Spatansky. Wessel drops it back in the corner for him. Back out to Wessel. Wessel loose in front. Can't get the shot to the net. Oh, Spatansky grips it, puts it right through the slot. Here comes Wessel. Here's that pressure we were talking about needing. Spatansky back behind the net for Boyer. Boyer tries to hit Spatansky quick. Hits a TI skate. Goes to the far corner. TI comes away with it. They go far side. Puck tips off their man's stick. Winger comes back, collects, sends it up the sideboards. And here comes TI now. They're going to bring it back out of their own zone. Across the red line. Good stick by Spatansky, breaks that up. Boyer gets tripped. Puck squirts loose. Miniman grabs it. Far side, he puts it in deep. Blues go for a line change. They put it around their own player. That's going to go all the way down for what should be icing, and it is. Blues complete the line change. Fugner, Bauer, Zilm up front. Defensive pairing is Miniman Peterson. Offensive zone faceoff for Fugner is coming up to the left of the TI goaltender. 12:14 left here in the third period in this tie game, or tied 2-2 game. TI coach having another conversation with the refs. Apparently he's showing him how to hold a hockey stick. And TI player is going somewhere off of the ice. Not sure what just happened. Looks like he's holding his arm. And here we go. Face off. Won by TI. They kick it behind their own net. Bowers beats the man to it, tips it to Fugner. Fugner looking for a man in front. Zone wasn't home. Puck goes all the way to Miniman. Miniman takes a shot, goes far side, and Blues reverse, own it, send it right back in. TI picks it up in the corner. Good forecheck by Bauer. Grabs it. He tries to hit Fugner, and it's out of his reach. Goes past the stick of Miniman, or I'm sorry, that was Zilm. Fugner picks up the loose puck. Fugner goes far side for Peterson. Peterson puts it back into the TI zone. TI player blows an edge. Zilm picks it up. Goes to Giorgio. Giorgio's shot's blocked by a shin pad. Far side is Miniman for it. He tries to hit Zilm. Puck goes in front, and Brandon Bauer buries that one-timer to put the Blues back up by a goal. So Brandon Bauer at 11:26 in the third period puts the Blues back up by a goal. A lot of pressure on that shift. That line's been playing really well. Heavy attacks in the corners, not giving this team very much room at all. Able to get a lot of offensive zone time, and it pays off on that shift, putting the Blues back up by a goal. Giorgio Harris Blanchard come out up on forward. Blues win the draw. Harris brings it into the zone. He circles on the sideboards. He gets hit. He maintains the puck. He's got three players. He's battling alone. He pushes it deeper. Giorgio grabs it, puts it behind the net. TI steals it. Their pass is intercepted by Giorgio. Giorgio tries to hit Harris and goes out to the point, and here come TI. Partial break. Great save by Stutzer. Rebound picked up by Rubis. Rubis hits Harry, and he's got a partial break the other way. He's got men to beat. He gets hooked the whole way, but scores anyway. So Harris, while getting hooked, gets around the last man on a semi-break and beats the goalie to put the Blues up by 2 with back-to-back goals. Bauer last shift, Harris this shift. Blues now lead by 2 with 10:47 left here in the third period. Blues make another change after that goal. Schneider, Bowers, Crowley up front. Tomadowski, Smith, the defensive pair. Schneider wins the face-off. Bowers gives it to Smith. Smith hits Crowley. Crowley takes a big hit. Schneider comes in and helps his line mate out. They come away with the puck. TI grabs it off their stick. They're going to throw it in deep. Malachi Smith picks up in the corner, reverses to Tomadowski. Tomadowski, he hits Crowley. Crowley gives it to Schneider. Schneider has his pocket picked right at the blue line. Here comes TI back in. Long shot to Flex in front. Loose puck under the TI player. Blues battle for it. Tomadowski holds it on the boards as they try to do it. And Malachi Smith just gave a guy a good shove, and he's going to take a penalty here with 10:06 left in the third period. Blues go to the penalty kill. Malachi Smith going to the box, most likely for roughing. And they call interference. Fair enough. So Blues, 2-minute penalty kill coming up here. 10:06 left in the third. Face-off will be to the left of Stutzer. They send out Wessel and Spatansky up front. Miniman, Peterson, the defensive pairing. And face-off won by the Blues. Wessel grabs it. He's going to send it all the way out, and that's going to go all the way for icing. So we will do it again from the left of Stutzer. So instant replay time for those of you that missed the last face-off. We're going to do it again for you. Spatansky lines up for the draw, wins it to Miniman. Miniman immediately has 2 men on him. TI comes away with it. They're behind the Blues net. Their pass to the front hits off the skate of Wessel, comes all the way out to the point. They go D to D to the top of the point, over to the far circle. Reverses. They're going to go far side, miss the man, and it goes out of the zone. He has to reverse as TI brings it all the way back into their own zone after that pass scored it out of the zone there. They do a D-to-D drop pass. Here they come through the neutral zone. Cross into the blue zone, gets to the outside. Looking for somebody in front. Good skate by Wessel, breaks that pass up. Spatansky grabs it, and he sends it all the way down as Blues need a line change after a 52-second penalty kill there, though. Blues send out Boyer and Blanchard up front. Brooks and Rubis, the defensive pair. 1:08 left in the Blues penalty kill. 9:14 left in this third period. Blues are leading 4-2, but on the penalty kill. Face off won by the Blues. Rubis goes hard off the glass far side. That puck bounces the whole way to the point. Blanchard pushes it out, and Blues have a 2-on-1. And good back check by TI as Blanchard gets a tricky little shot on net there. Kept the goalie honest, and now they're able to sustain some pressure here on the penalty kill. Blanchard holds it in the corner. TI sends it towards the point. Boyer picks that up, puts it back in deep. TI regroups behind their own net. Here they come. Heavy pressure by the Blues penalty killers here. And that puck is missed, goes right to the side. Pass is intercepted, goes out to the point. Long shot, stick and pad save by Stutzer. TI wins the rebound, sends it behind the net. Now they go out to the point, and Boyer pressures him all the way. Good stick by Blanchard, breaks that up. Good drop pass. They get around, take it to the outside far top of the circle. To the sideboards he goes. Now he takes it towards the zone blue line. takes a long shot, hits a shin pad of Boyer, and Rubis grabs it, and he's going to chip it out as the penalty expires. Blues are back at full strength. Heads up, here come, wow, tricky little shot there. T.I. had a 4-on-2 odd man rush and took a long shot that deflects right on net, and Stutzer has to make a moving backwards type glove save there. Blues complete the line change. Fugner, Zilm, Bauer up front. Smith, Komodowski, the defensive pair. Fun fact of the day, I believe all 4 lines for the Blues have scored today. No? Nope. Okay, nope. Sorry, 1 line has not, so they're up next. Danny quickly corrected me. I am assuming that means it's her son's line. Shot from the point deflects towards the glove of Stutzer. He holds on to it, so we're going to do it again, this time from his right. Fugner lines up for that draw. He wins it to Smith. Smith puts it behind the net for Komodowski. It's going to go all the way around to the far sideboards for Bauer. Bauer goes behind the net, hits the back of the cage, heads up. T.I. grabs a puck. Good play by Zilm, grabs that. He hits Fugner. And here comes Fugner and Komodowski 2-on-2. Fugner pulls up, drops for Komodowski. Komodowski reverses, has the puck knocked off him. Zilm steps up, puts it back in the corner for Fugner. Fugner puts it right in front, nobody home, and heads up. Here comes T.I. the opposite way. Good back check by Smith, broke that up, and T.I. now grabbed it again, knocked off his stick by Komodowski. Smith grabs it. He sends it behind the net for Komodowski. Komodowski stops, regroups, goes up hard for Zilm. Zilm tips it forward just out of reach of Zilm, and T.I. took a cross-check penalty on a really not smart play well after Zilm had gotten rid of the puck. He cross-checked him right in the numbers down to the ice. Blues send out the Giorgio Harris-Blanchard line on this power play. Miniman and Peterson, the defensive pairing. Offensive zone faceoff to the left of the TI goaltender. Giorgio lines up to take it. He wins it. Comes out to Miniman. Miniman puts on the sideboards for Harris. Back out to Miniman now. Miniman goes to Peterson. Bounce off his stick. He has to regroup. His pass over to Miniman. Hits a stick and goes high. Glove down by Giorgio. One ref called off the hand pass as the TI player did touch it. Other ref didn't see it, so we'll have a neutral zone faceoff right outside the TI bench. 1:48 left in the Blues power play. 6:36 left here in this third period. Giorgio lines up for this draw. He wins it back to Miniman. Miniman's going to skate it. Crosses the blue line into their zone. He puts it in deep. Peterson pinches far side. Puts it in the corner. Blanchard back up to Peterson. Peterson takes it down below the net, gives it to Blanchard. Blanchard has it knocked off his stick, goes right to Harris. Harris chips it around a defenseman, beats his man to the puck, skates it out. He gives it to Peterson. Peterson back behind the net, nobody there. It goes to the far corner. Harris, who seems to be everywhere on the ice, picks that loose one up, gives it to Blanchard. Blanchard drops for Harris. Harris out to the point to Miniman. Miniman back to Harris. Harris has a little bit of room. Shoot! Oh! Braden Harris from Emerson Miniman beats the goalie high glove, put the Blues up by 3. So power play goal by Harris. Emerson Miniman on the assist puts the Blues up 5-2 after that power play goal. 5:53 left here in the third period. Blues send out a fresh unit after that power play goal. Schneider, Bowers, Crowley up front. Rubis and Brooks, the defensive pairing. TI mom yelling at her own kid to hurry up. Always love that. And face-off, won by the Blues, pushed all the way down on net, and we get a offensive zone face-off to the left of the TI goaltender. So Blues have played with much more urgency in this third period and have put up 3 goals after coming in tied 2-2. Schneider lines up for that draw. It's a push to the corner. T.I. comes away with it. They go far side. Brooks pinches, hits his man. Crowley picks up the loose puck. T.I. comes away with it. And here comes T.I. 3-on-2 as they get a shot off. Schneider keeps him to the outside. Fairly routine pad save. Here they come again, though. Long shot goes to the far corner. Bowers battles his man. Blues got to go to the puck here. Picked off by Crowley. Crowley gets it around one man. T.I. steals it back. Good stick by Bowers. Blocks it. Shot by Schneider on net. Blocked to the corner by the goalie. And they get it back out to the point. Brooks has it. He sends it to the middle. That's Bowers. Takes a backhand shot from the top of the slot. And that is right into the midsection. Goalie holds on to it with 5:01 left here in the third period. Fresh five-man unit for the Blues. Wessel and Boyer are centered by Spatansky this shift. Komodowski, Smith, the defensive pairing. Face-off won by T.I. They're going to take it behind their own net. They send it hard around the boards. Pinched by Malachi Smith. Puts it back in deep. And heads up. Here comes T.I. 3-on-2 into the blue zone. Make a good move. Get around one. Shot right to the midsection of Stutzer. And he holds on to it as ill-advised shot there as they had a 3-on-2. Had a couple men open. But also never a bad idea to put stuff towards the net and see what rebounds in front. That draw is a tie-up. T.I. finally comes away with it, whiffs on a shot. It goes to the corner. Komodowski grabs it. He reverses. He's got man all over him. And T.I. comes away with it. Spatansky battles in the corner now. And puck is pushed into the corner by Smith again. Spatansky still on it, steps on the puck and goes down. T.I. grabs it. They send it all the way out to the point, tip it to the top of the circle. Malachi Smith picks it up. He chips it around a man, and T.I. is going to pick that up and take it back into their own zone. They go D to D right inside their blue line. They lead man the puck, and Komodowski picks up the loose one as he's going to skate it all the way into the blue zone. Makes a move, hits off the skate of a defender. Outlet pass by T.I. picked off by Spatansky. Next one's picked off by Boyer. His shot towards the net deflects wide open in front. Nobody home for the Blues that can get a stick on it as now T.I. reclaims control in their corner. Good move, gets around the first Blues forward, and then a couple quick passes, gets it to the neutral zone, picked off by Malachi Smith, and he's going to bring it in. He gets hit, able to push it in deep, and Blues appear to have an injured player in Wessel as he's struggling to get to the bench and is finally able to do so, and he's holding the hamstring, back of the knee area there. Hope everything's okay. Smith grabs the loose puck. He goes D to D to Komodowski. Komodowski hits Bowers, and quick interception and pass by T.I. has them right back in the blue zone. Puck shot from just outside the top of the far circle, and that is going to be a glove save by Stutzer. 3:05 left here in the third period. Blues have the Fugner, Bauer, and Zilm line out. Miniman, Peterson, the defenseman. Face-off won by T.I. Long shot hits the back of a T.I. player. They come away with the loose puck. They take it back behind the Blues net. They go out to the point. Long shot. That goes wide of the net. They get it again on net. Stick saved by Stutzer. Goes to the corner. Miniman gets knocked down. Boyer tries to, that's Zilm tries to clear it. Another long shot from the point. Easy glove save by Stutzer. And that's the end of that thread. Blues send out a fresh forward unit in Blanchard, Harris, centered by Giorgio, Miniman, Peterson. Face-off won by the Blues. It goes behind the net for Peterson. Peterson skates it around. He hits Harry. Harry coming in. Oh, has it knocked off his stick at the last minute. Then Giorgio picks off the loose puck. He goes to Peterson. Peterson hits Harris again. Harris tips it in the zone. It's going to go deep behind the net. Harris beats the man to the puck, reverses, and good stick by T.I. Takes it right back from the Blues. They take it to their far corner, reverse. They're going to skate it through the slot. Then they hit their guy far side. Quick chip pass forward is knocked aside by Miniman, and TI puts it in deep. Somebody has to hurry to that when you got a player. And good tip up the boards by Peterson, and then Harris turns and flips it out to the neutral zone as they start the change process. Man goes down, and Miniman picks it up. He goes to Peterson. Peterson hits Crowley. Crowley around one man. He's got a clear break, gets hooked, shoots, and hits the inside of the post. Giorgio picks it up, and it deflects out into the netting. Wow, what an opportunity for Crowley to get, I believe, his second of the game. Blues make a line change with 1:39 left here in the game. We've got Bowers, Crowley, centered by Schneider, Rubis, Brooks, the defensive pair. Face-off, won by TI, back behind their own net. Good forecheck by Crowley. All he can do is throw it. They chip it around Rubis. Puck comes out to Bowers. He takes a cannon of a shot, hits the blocker, and just dies right in the crease. No Blues can get to it. And here come TI back in with numbers. Oh, man. Got around the defenseman at the last minute there. Bowers comes away with it. He's into the zone. He gets taken down. That's going to be a power play for the Blues as Crowley gets the puck over to Rubis. Rubis steps up, shoots, and that is off the goalie into the netting. .103 left in the third period. Blues will keep the same unit on it, looks like, to start this power play. Schneider, Bauer, Crowley up front. Brooks, Rubis on defense. Offensive zone face-off will be to the right of the TI goaltender. And face-off won by the Blues, pushed forward into the corner. TI reverses. They go far side. Rubis is going to step up and hold that. He had a man on him. He's able to get it. Then it bounces off his stick. Rubis knocks his man down. It goes to Brooks. Brooks has it now. He skates in his own zone, drops it for Rubis. Blues are going to kill some time here. He's only got 42 seconds left. And puck is missed by the Blues player. He's going to send it behind the net to Brooks. Here go the Blues as Brooks is going to skate it. Crosses the red line, crosses the blue line. Puck is picked off and goes behind TI's net. Good stick by Crowley, broke up the initial play. And here is, and Rubis just took a penalty. So Blues will go to 4-on-4 here.
18 seconds.
Rubis goes to the box. 2 minutes for cross-check is the call. .1 seconds left here in the game. 4-on-4 hockey should be how it ends. It is how it will end, because even a goal won't let anybody out of the box here as it's men in. Blues tie that one up down the corner. TI comes away with it. Long shot blocked by Stutzer to the side of the net. Komodowski comes away with it. He passed it out to Spatansky. Spatansky's just going to hold it, and that's going to do it. Blues win 5-2 in this early matchup against Team Illinois. Blues are back in action tonight, 7 p.m. Central Time, here at this same rink against the Chicago Reapers. And until then, see ya.